Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. I want to thank Greg Saudi for donating to the page, bro. You always donate every year, showing me plenty of love, and I appreciate it, bro. So now let's just get into it. So Michigan just defeated Maryland 59-18, and a lot of games we say are complete, but this was truly a complete game, I'd have to say. Michigan got up in the first half, regular stuff. Cade's game managing, running Haskins. But second half, we were up, I want to say like 30-7 or something. I think it was 30-7. The defense kind of mentally kind of starts checking out. And I think it was like 38-18 at a point. And then everything just started clicking. They kind of got refocused. What was that? Mike Barrett threw a lateral or a sideways pass, whatever you want to call it, threw a backwards pass to A.J. Henning. He takes it for a touchdown. Then it just starts to snowball. DJ Turner gets a touchdown on a pick six. We also blocked a punt in this game. Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards is probably the player of the game. This dude comes back. He's been injured. He hasn't really been healthy. I guess he's healthy now. This dude had 10 catches for 170 at running back and a TD. And he was just catching passes and eating up yardage. So that's another look. Hopefully we'll see him in the passing game next week. Corum set out of this game. He looked like he might have been ready, but they probably just set him out just to make sure he's ready for OSU. You don't want him getting hurt against Maryland. And let's see. Eric all dressed. He didn't play. He says his ankle is still not 100%. They say it wasn't 100% when he took that pass 40 yards against Penn State. But, we got it done without him. So you want to get everybody rested for the next game. Now, some things that I just saw and jotted down. Play action in the red zone. I'm glad that they've realized, hey, we run the ball 60 to 70% of the time. In the red zone, we should use the play action pass. They've figured it out. So now they're using it finally and using it consistently every game in the red zone. Not sure why it took this long to realize you're a running team. You need to use play action in the red zone, but I'm not the coach. Let's see. Now, predictable play calls. Sometimes you can't be so predictable on these third and ones, third and twos. You bring in the power running set, bringing in extra tight ends and linemen, and it's obvious you're gonna run it, bro. It's third and one, third and two. It's obvious. That's another. You don't have to be in the red zone to use a play action pass or rollout. They expect you to run it on third and one, third and twos. That's when you hit them with a play action, something to the flat, a drag, a crossing route, something with the play action. You just too predictable on those plays. You lining up, they know you want to run it. They know you're baby Bo Schembechler. So you just deciding to run it on these third and ones, third and twos, and it's just obvious, bro. Like you just can't do it. You have to mix it up sometimes. Let's see. Cornelius, let me talk about him real quick. I'm not sure what's up with this dude. This dude will make a good catch, drop one. Good catch, drop one. And I just don't get it because I can see if the pass is behind you or something, but these will be slants and stuff. For some reason, he dropped slants. He dropped a drag, and he probably had 20 yards to run. Like nobody was around him, wide open. Just goes right through his hands. I'm not sure what's up with his focus. Like, how are you not focused on catching the ball? You're a wide receiver. I just don't understand it. Like, you want targets, but you don't consistently make easy catches, or not easy catches, but catchable balls. You right now you're the number one receiver. You should be catching those slants for first downs, wide open drag. You have to catch that, bro. So I'm not sure where his focus is at. Honestly, the way I am, if I was the coach or whatever, I'm not calling plays for you. If you're not going to catch easy passes and stuff, I'm just not going to call plays for you. Like, and he did it against Michigan State, and it helped us lose that game, him dropping passes that he should have caught. So I just wouldn't call plays for him sometimes. Those slant passes, I'll throw them to Sanders still. I'll throw him to A.J. Henning. Like, I just won't throw him to you because I've given you opportunities and you squander them. So why should we call plays for you? Underneath. He drops a lot of underneath passes. I'm sorry. He just does. And I'm not sure what's up with him. But I wouldn't run first down plays for him like that. I just wouldn't, because you can't trust him. Honestly, at this point, I trust Sanders still to catch it before him. Sanders still has came on to me these last few weeks. And he'll make a spectacular catch, and he'll make a tough catch that's on point. It might be a tough catch because it's low or something, but he'll catch it. Cornelius is dropping passes, hitting him in the chest, bro. What's up? So I just had to talk about that. Let's see. Cade. For some reason, Cade thinks he can throw sidearm. I'm not sure where and I didn't know. I was wondering why he gets a lot of passes knocked down, and I thought it was just his height. But I really got to see this week, during this game, that it's not his height. It's just because he decides to throw sidearm a lot. And so in this game, you saw him, I believe it was 2 consecutive drives. The first time he didn't hit the Maryland player's helmet. He hit his player's helmet. So he hit his offensive line's helmet. That shouldn't happen, bro. That shouldn't happen. Then he turns around and does it again, but this time it almost hits the middle of the neck of the offensive lineman. That's unacceptable, bro. Stop trying to throw sidearm. And he did that. The reporter said that Harbaugh got on him and was like, stop throwing sidearm. You have to throw it over the top. You can't stop throwing sidearm. And he actually took him out for that next drive and let JJ have the next drive. And I believe JJ scored. Or JJ scored or moved the ball pretty well. No, JJ did score a touchdown on that next drive. So that's just something you can't do, because you're going against Ohio State next week. Ohio State has dudes that are big, and they will knock those little sidearm passes down. Not sure where he got this from or why he's been doing it. He also threw a sidearm pass to Roman Wilson for the touchdown last week. That was a sidearm little. Bro, I don't know where you got that from, but you need to get rid of it, because it's not going to cut it. Because all those knockdowns, you don't know when a player knocks down a pass if you got a touchdown right there on a drag or something and he's wide open, but the pass gets knocked down because you just decided to start throwing sidearm. You ain't no Patrick Mahomes, bro. You're already you're already slick short at 6'2". So you need to be throwing over the top. And I've noticed he's had a problem with passes getting knocked down in other games. So that's why he likes to throw sidearm. You got to fix that. Let's see. Confusion in the secondary. Now, you look at the score, you'll say, oh, Michigan just dominated them. But early in the game, Maryland moved the ball kind of all right, and they had the chance to score a touchdown. I think it was 14-7 at that point. And the secondary, on one play, they had a total breakdown. Like, I'm not sure who thought they had what, but Maryland had a guy in the end zone wide open, and Tua just overthrows him. This dude is wide open. So that's a defensive breakdown. You can't happen, especially now. We know what's coming. We saw what they did to MSU, and I know some of us was probably laughing and Michigan State. Look at Ohio State doing. We play them next, and don't think he called off the dogs against Michigan State. He probably ain't gonna call off the dogs against us. So let's just remember that now. So baby Tua misses him, and then he turns back around, and the next play or 2 plays later, he has a guy again wide open in the end zone. He wasn't as wide open as before, but he was still wide open. He just missed him. So Tua just missed a lot of throws this game, and so it wasn't like we just had lockdown pass defense or something. He just missed a lot of throws. Just mentally, he wasn't really there. His body language was bad too a lot of the game, but you can't have those breakdowns. You have a breakdown next week, and them dudes gonna be running up the field. They're gonna be celebrating. They're gonna be having a party on the sideline, and ain't gonna show no love, especially not with him needing to get brownie points for the committee. We're going to be in the top 6. So he going to try to put up 100 on us. So that's just that. Tackling. To me, the tackling is somewhat soft. Now, this could just be me, but to me, the tackling is somewhat soft. Like, I don't see enough hits. I see some chicken wings sometime. And I just don't see a lot of hard hits, or even if you're wrapping up, taking a dude down, I just don't see the physicality. Like, you on defense, there's a certain level of anger and physicality you need to have. And, like, you making these tackles, punish these dudes. Punish them. Like, I'm just not seeing it. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I just don't see that physicality that I would like to see. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know. Maybe it's just me, but I just don't. It's not all the way there enough for me. Like, now let's see. Me talking about the tackling. Josh Ross, would you stop breaking down all the time? This dude always wants to break down. Bro, sometimes you just have to go and make the tackle. Sometimes you just have to run through. And you see it. There's a time to break down. And, like, you can, let's say it's a play to the flat. And it's, you see the play, but instead of going and flying and being a heat-seeking missile, he catches it and he's coming towards you and you break down. And then he, leaves you where you're standing, because instead of waiting, you should have attacked. So yeah, I just see Josh Ross. He's always breaking down, bro. Stop breaking down so much and go get him. That's part of that was part of the problem against Michigan State. He was always breaking down, and then Kenneth Walker the third was like, okay, I'm gonna break you down. May I have this dance? Spin move, spin cycle, you in the dirt looking dumb. Bro, go make the tackle and stop breaking down so much. Go get him. You do that breakdown crap, everything I say I'm going to be saying next week. You do that breakdown stuff next week, yeah, you going to be, okay. You doing all that breakdown, you better learn to go hit something. Go hit. Stop breaking down, bro. Now, if you in the middle of a hole or something and you break down, there's certain times to break down, but he just does it too much. Like, I saw him, it was a one-on-one play, him and the running back, and he slightly breaks down for a second. Bro, go hit him. What you breaking down for? It's you and him, line drive, you go get him, knock him down. Take him out, bro. What are they breaking down all the time for? Go get him. And if you watch great tacklers and dudes that from college go to the NFL and are successful, They ain't breaking down. They going, they see it and they light it up. Like a dude like Jabril Peppers, I know some of y'all don't like him. Go watch his film. He ain't breaking down. He sees it, goes and gets it. That's what he was doing a lot of the time. So that's just something I had to talk on. Let's see. But that's from what I saw, it was just great to see you get a TD on offense, defense, and special teams. It was just a good win, and I would have liked to have seen them get some of the starters out on defense and stuff earlier, but you know, sometimes they just want to keep these dudes in, and probably the players probably want to get in to, you know, get their goals, try to get a sack. Now, this is a big thing. I should have talked about it a little earlier, but we had, while the game still counted, while the game was still ready to be won or whatever you want to call it, we had one sack. And you probably saying, okay, that don't matter. We won 59, whatever. 59-18. Well, you see, we play Ohio State next week. And the thing you noticed about today was Maryland had extra blockers a lot of the time for baby Tua to not get sacked. Ryan Day's not stupid. I've seen him do it for the last 2-some years. Well, not last year since we didn't play him, but before then, he knows we had a good or decent pass rush. You know what he did? He gave his quarterback extra blockers so he wouldn't get sacked. So if that happens, if that happens to a certain point, I'm just rushing 4, or I might even rush 3. You can have all day. I'm just gonna drop extra dudes in the coverage. Ain't no point in you bringing extra dudes and stuff if you still not getting there, even with the blitz, because Ohio State has a good offensive line. So that's just my thoughts. I'm gonna break this down a lot, that OSU game, but I just wanted to touch on that because Maryland's offensive line, they've given up like 20-some sacks, and we had, I think, 2 in this game, and the reason for that is because they gave him extra blockers. They knew our strength, and you did something to negate it. Ohio State will do the same thing. So everybody just thinking, oh, we just gonna dominate them with Aiden and Ojabo. Yeah, if they don't prepare for it, but Ryan Day is not stupid. He's going to prepare for it. So we're going to have a counter to them having all those extra blockers. And it might not just be the blitz, because the blitz still might not get there. If he's got extra protection, I've seen it before. So I just wanted to touch on that. I'm going to touch on it some more in these pre-games, but this was just a complete game. I was glad to see Donovan Edwards do what he had to do. I was glad to see JJ get in and do what he had to do. Looked good. Cade, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get off of here, y'all. I know this is long, but whatever. Cade has to learn to stop to either, he's doing a couple things, but they're all, I don't like it. One, he looks off of the deep pass too fast. Like, he'll drop back. He might be looking for it. Sometimes he don't even look. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes he don't even look. But that can be fine sometimes. But other times, because Gaddis calls plays to get deep. It's just, does Cade see it and does he throw it? Sometimes he wants to wait for the receiver to get open. And you can't do that, or you'll almost never be able to throw those passes, except Ohio State, because a lot of their players are wide open half the time. But we're not gonna have dudes running wide open every time we drop back to pass. So that's just a big thing. And then you can't take your eyes off of it so fast. Sometimes, because he'll have a clean pocket a lot of the times, and he'll take his eyes off of the deep route and just start looking underneath. Like he's a check down king. I don't want to call him that, but that's what I'm starting to see. Is just he's a check down king. He gonna check it down. He gonna check it down a lot. But playing a team next week, you're gonna need touchdowns unless you're consistently just moving the ball steadily. Like, okay, we're having long drive after long drive after long drive. OSU defense ain't that bad. It ain't that bad where you're gonna consistently have long drives, dinking and dunking. It's just not that bad. You're gonna have to get chunk plays. So I ain't gonna touch on that. I'm gonna save some of that for the OSU pregame videos. But this was a good win, a good team win. You saw Michigan get up, get lackadaisical on defense, and then you saw them turn it back on and finish it, and that's why you got 59-18. Because honestly, this game could have been 35-18, but they kind of they let off the gas on defense and got lackadaisical, and then the whole team kind of turned it back up. Like, okay, let's finish this. Let's finish this and you know, do what we have to do. Game ain't over. So good win. That's all I got. 10-1, y'all. This it's a good ride. It's a good ride. It's a good feeling, man, to be 10-1. But you still got that juggernaut coming up. So it's like, okay, can we beat them? Can we? And I've been thinking about it a lot. I ain't even gonna get into it, y'all. I ain't even gonna get it. I'm gonna say that this one been already long enough. So good win by Michigan. Harbaugh doing his thing. Can you get it done next week? We'll find out. So like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.